Well, hello there. Military simulator on console time. So, if you're new to military simulators, and this seems to be every game, maybe this is a video for you to watch. If you're coming from Warzone, Apex or Destiny 2, you basically need to slow down. Slow down. Just like to point out, that doesn't mean hide under a bridge or in a dark corner for the entire game to get one kill. But what it does mean is maybe rushing headfirst into the action is just going to get you killed. I'll rush at the start of a match to get to where I need to get to, and I'll rush from cover to cover. But I would never dream of entering a building that there's enemies in at speed. No way. Leaning around corners and checking all your corners when you enter a building are an absolute given. And yes, the game does have sliding, but if you do it out in the open thinking it's going to give you an advantage, like Warzone, you're just going to die miserably. The only time I use it is if I need a change of height and pace to get through a doorway as people are shooting at me. It's the only time I use it. As somebody who I played with said, he's needing to slow his fuckery right down to survive. And that is the truth. The bottom line is that when it comes to engagements in this game, you need to have control of the situation. And the quicker you are moving, the less likely you are to have control. What I tend to do is when I am in a building, I will very often be crouch walking or stand upright walk and then crouch again. I'm trying to listen to the environment around me. With the time to kill in this game being so quick, there is no way for you to rush into a room and then have bullets come in your direction and spin 180 degrees and fire. You will just die, because one bullet to the upper body, head from any gun is going to kill you. 2 bullets probably maximum, so it means you have to slowly peek the corners. You really do have to slowly peek the corners. I'd just like to say sometimes there is a need for speed. So crouch walking across the middle of the road in the middle of a map, probably going to get you headshotted. But what I would say, you are around the other team. Being controlled with your movements will sometimes get you some nice juicy double, triple, quadruple kills, because people just, for some strange reason, don't seem to listen very much on this game. So silence weapon, slow speed, good positioning will very often get you a pretty handy multi-kill. Also, if you've got your positioning right and you've got your angles right, being slow and steady makes it very hard for players to spot you. You know, when they're using their peripheral vision, when they're first looking for something. If you're in a good position and not moving abruptly and quickly, they will very often look over you, and then again that gives you the advantage that you need to, get the kill. So all in all, being controlled with your speed is very much required in this game. Very much required. What's the old saying? Slow is smooth, smooth is fast. A player who has great positioning will 9 times out of 10 beat a player who has great gunplay. Not Famas that said that. No, Shroud. He has said more than once that one of the reasons he wins so many gunfights is not due to his exceptional gunplay, which obviously he has, but due to his exceptional positioning. Great positioning is not overly difficult, it's just remembering to do it while under pressure. Why walk through a doorway? Why walk through the doorway showing your entire body? Why not peek the doorway first, showing maybe your head and your shoulder, to see if A, you get shot at, or B, if there's anybody there? When you go up to a window, why not do it crouched? Why not do it crouched while leaning? So again, only half your head instead of your entire upper body and head. Just little things make a big difference. when it comes to picking your position. Can your position be rushed by multiple angles? You know, I always say when I'm trying to pick where I'm going to be, if I have a circle around me in a horizontal and vertical sense, what is the percentage of danger? So the last place I want to be realistically is our 360 degrees circle of danger horizontally and then 180 degrees vertically, because that basically means I can get shot from absolutely everywhere. I look at it and go, right, how can I negate this? So if I know the position I'm taking up will mean I can only get shot from two directions, then I'm in a good position because I only need to concentrate on two directions. Ideally, you should always be looking for an elevated position as well. Far easier to shoot down than it is to shoot up, but obviously that's not always possible. So that is my biggest tip, is the 360 degree horizontal ring of danger that I like to think about when I'm playing. I want to realistically have that danger 180 degrees less all the time. Doesn't always work, but if I can put myself in a position where 9 times out of 10 I have that, then it just puts me in a better position to protect myself. Also, with this game not having dynamic maps, you know where every doorway, every window, every piece of cover is. You know where the flow of player traffic goes. So there's no real reason why you should ever put yourself in a position where you do not have an escape route. Because there might be a time where, oh yeah, I've got this locked down, but maybe not if 4 players come around the corner. So again, just make sure you've got an escape route when things, ultimately head south. My personal favourite game sound. I will turn this first clip up so you can hear what I heard. He's kicked the door in, downstairs, so he's now running underneath me. I'll make the assumption that he's going to go up the far set of steps and then capture A. The question is, does he know about this window? I now hear his teammate running off to my left, passing underneath me, which now will allow me to drop down and kill him from behind. No noise discipline. I am at the point nearest their spawn, so I have to retain a level of noise discipline because the chances are, given where my teammates are, I'm going to remain outnumbered. So I now listen. I make no noise and I listen to see what the situation is. It is still captured by us, so the chances are they're going to rush there at this point. They came up the opposite flight of stairs and are now capturing A. I make the decision, because I don't know how many they are, I will let them capture it. I will then start to recapture it immediately, thus giving me the higher ground. Hearing the story when you're by yourself, surrounded by enemies, is far easier than when you have teammates around. Teammates obviously make a lot of sound too. So I work on the assume rule, and that is quite simply me not allowing you to see my ass. Assume. Just don't do it. Watch me several times on this game, I'll turn and look in a random direction, which then when you see the blue mark is actually a teammate running towards me through the building. But always check, never assume it's your teammate. The assume rule. Learning the maps, learning the flow of traffic, learning the capture points, learning the power positions, learning how to avoid the power positions. When you first start playing this game, you seem to die all the goddamn time, shot from everywhere. Everybody's been through that. Now, I'm going through it less. Why? Because, again, the game's not dynamic. The maps are not dynamic. You know where these positions are. You know where you'll be at a weakness or whether you'll be at a strength, where the angle of attack is 9 times out of 10 going to come from. Learn the maps. You will die a lot less if you learn the maps and learn the positions on the map. Every map has that sniper point. Every map has that corner on an objective that is almost guaranteed to have somebody sat in. You know, don't rage when you die. Learn when you die. You know, what I would say with this game, I rarely die of game bullshit. I die because I did something wrong. And I think that's one of the reasons why I like it so much. So, night 1, I was barely going positive. Didn't seem to really help in any of the matches. Barely going positive. Last night, every single game went positive, and I was in the top 3 of the leaderboards all the time. I've just learnt by the maps. And obviously, again, a bit like everything I've said in this video, you can do it. There's no magic behind it. I am considering doing some weapon guides on Sandstorm. Just at the minute, I don't know. I just find that positioning and everything that I've discussed in this video is actually more important most of the time than any of the weapons. The balancing as it stands now seems so well done that we're not seeing, well, I'm definitely not seeing one weapon dominating the field. So it's kind of, I don't know whether it'll be worth my time putting all the effort in. If, because of the balancing, people are not going to be interested. Let me know in the comments what you think. Everything I've said in this video can be learned. Every single thing. There's no massive talent required. There's no like mystical skills required. Maybe the sound needs a good headset, but everything else can be learned. So it's all about how you train yourself to put yourself in the best position, because all 4 of these tips are all about putting me in the best position. I hope you enjoyed my video. Thank you very much for watching.